Jai Hind children, welcome in your history class. Today we are going to revise one chapter and that is the reforms in Indian society. Yes children, you know that in the 18th century, Indian society was divided along gender and caste lines. Women were not allowed to study and were married off while they were still very young. Widows could not remarry. Women did not have the right to inherit property. Their social position was also very low children. And they were dependent on the men folk in their family. Caste restrictions were also very strict. The upper caste people stayed away from people of the lower caste. To fight these evils, enlightened Indians formed reform associations in different parts of the country, especially in Bengal, Maharashtra and South India children. So, we are going to revise this chapter children that Indian society during the 18th century was suffering from many social ills. Means बहुत सारी सामाजिक बुराइयां थी Indian society में during the 18th century. Society was divided along gender and caste lines. लड़के लड़कियों के बीच में भेदभाव किया जाता था. कास्ट के नाम पर भी सोसाइटी डिवाइडेड थी. जो लोअर कास्ट के लोग थे उनको इम्प्योर समझा जाता था. सो वी आर गोइंग टू सी दैट कि कौन कौन वो सोशल रिफॉर्मर्स थे जिन्होंने इस इवल्स को, इन बुराइयों को समाज से दूर करने का काम किया था. सो इंडियन सोसाइटी ड्यूरिंग द 18th century was suffering from many social ills. वुमेन की जो सोशल पोजीशन थी इट वाज आल्सो वेरी लो and caste restrictions were also very strict. The upper caste people stayed away from people of the lower caste. So to fight these evils, many enlightened Indians, they formed reform associations in different parts of the country children. Association for Reform. A reformist trend started in India during the first half of the 19th century. The social reformers they realized that there are many social evils and superstitions and had kept the society, these social ills had kept the society backward and prevented Indians from progress. क्योंकि इतनी सारी सामाजिक बुराइयां प्रेजेंट थी सोसाइटी के अंदर जिसके वजह से सोसाइटी में किसी भी तरह का कोई डेवलपमेंट नहीं हो रहा था. So some enlightened Indians formed associations to work for reforms. Number one, Brahma Samaj. Brahma Samaj was established in 1828 by Raja Ram Mohan Roy in Calcutta to work for social and religious reforms children. So who was the founder of Brahma Samaj? Raja Ram Mohan Roy, and in which year? In 1828, where? In Calcutta. So Rabindranath Tagore and Keshav Chandra Sen were actively involved in its activities. मतलब जितनी भी सामाजिक बुराइयां थी उनको दूर करने की कोशिश ये समाज कर रहा था. Then comes the Veda Samaj. Veda Samaj was founded in Madras in 1864. It was based on the ideals of the Brahma Samaj, and इनका जो सबसे important leader था that was C.S. Naidu, Chimbati Sridharla Naidu, Dharmu Naidu. The association attacked superstitions and the caste system children, and this association, this Samaj, Veda Samaj, also promoted women's education and encouraged the remarriage of widows. So Veda Samaj was founded by C.S. Naidu, where? In Madras. In which year? In 1864. और ये समाज क्या कर रहा था? ये जितने भी conservative superstitious beliefs थी ना उन पे अटैक कर रहा था. And this Samaj was also promoting women's education, and this Samaj was encouraging the remarriage of widows. Then comes Pratna Samaj. Mahadev Govind Ranade and Ramakrishna Bhandarkar founded the Pratna Samaj in Bombay in 1867. The association worked for the abolition of the caste system and untouchability, improving the social status of women, widow remarriage, Hindu-Muslim unity, and the spread of modern education. Now, who was the founder of Pratna Samaj? M.G. Ranade and Ramakrishna Bhandarkar. Where? In Bombay. When? In 1867, children. So you have to remember that. Who was the founder of this and in which year and where. Okay. So Mahadev Govind Ranade and Ramakrishna Bhandarkar founded the Pratna Samaj in Bombay in 1867. The Pratna Samaj, the association worked for the abolition of the caste system and untouchability. ये caste system and untouchability के खिलाफ थे, improving the social status of women, औरतों के upliftment के लिए काम कर रहे थे, widow remarriage, Hindu-Muslim unity, and the spread of modern education. Means Pratna Samaj was working for the abolition of the caste system and untouchability. Then next, improving the social status of women. Then next, widow remarriage. Then just to foster Hindu-Muslim unity and the spread of modern education. Then comes the Satya Shodhak Samaj. Satya Shodhak Samaj was founded by Jyotirao Govindrao Phule in 1873. So in 1873, Jyotirao Govindrao Phule, affectionately called Mahatma Phule or Jyotiba, he founded the Satya Shodhak Samaj. Its membership was open to people of all religions, and this association children propagated caste equality and worked for the upliftment of the oppressed classes. So Satya Shodhak Samaj was founded in 1873 by Jyotirao Govindrao Phule, who was also known as Mahatma Phule or Jyotiba. सत्य शोधक समाज जो था, इसकी मेंबरशिप जो सबके लिए खुली थी, मतलब कोई भी धर्म का मानने वाला हो, सब कोई भी इसका मेंबर बन सकता था. And the association it propagated caste equality and worked for the upliftment of the oppressed classes children. So this Samaj, Satya Shodhak Samaj, which was founded by Jyotirao Govindrao Phule in 1873, in mainly ये समाज जो है, it was working for the upliftment of the oppressed classes, दलितों के को ऊपर उठाने के लिए कोशिश कर रहा था. Then comes Arya Samaj. Arya Samaj was founded by Swami Dayanand Saraswati in 1875. Among other things, the association worked for the remarriage of widows. Arya Samaj के founder कौन थे? Dayanand Saraswati, and he founded the Samaj in 1875. वैसे तो समाज ने बहुत सारी चीजों के लिए काम किया, लेकिन स्पेशली it worked for the remarriage of widows. Ramakrishna Mission. Swami Vivekananda founded the Ramakrishna Mission in 1897 to work for socio-religious reforms. And the real name of Swami Ramakrishna Paramhans was Gadadhar Chattopadhyay, and that of Swami Vivekananda was Narendranath Dutt. So Swami Vivekananda का early नाम क्या था? Narendranath Dutt, and Swami Ramakrishna Paramhans का नाम था Gadadhar Chattopadhyay. So Ramakrishna Mission was founded by Swami Vivekananda in 1897 to work for socio-religious reforms. His guru was Swami Ramakrishna Paramhans. Women and reform children. Improving the position of women was the main agenda before the reformers. They believed that no reform could be effective until the position of women was improved. So many social evils hindered the process of upliftment of women. These social evils were, उस समय समाज में बहुत सारी बुराइयां थी जो औरतों से रिलेटेड थी, and ज़्यादातर we have seen that most of the social reformers they were working for the upliftment of women children. वो कौन-कौन सी बुराइयां थी? These social evils were the practice of widow burning or sati, the pitiable condition of widows, lack of education among girls, child marriages, female infanticide, that is the practice of killing a girl soon after birth, then polygamy, that is a practice of having more than one wife, and parda system. Banning of sati. The custom of sati was the most barbaric social evil of the time. In this, a widow was burnt alive on the funeral pyre of her husband. The most vocal opponent of this practice was Raja Ram Mohan Roy. He launched a campaign against it. His persistent efforts yielded result and sati was declared illegal in 1829. So it was Raja Ram Mohan Roy जिन्होंने सती सिस्टम को बैन करवाया था in 1829 with the help of the Governor General Lord William Bentinck. Okay, so widow remarriage. In the 19th century, the condition of widow was also very pitiable, children. They were not allowed to remarry, nor could they attend family and community functions because their presence at such happy occasions was considered inauspicious. Then Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, he also launched a crusade for the betterment of the widows. He also wanted that widows should be allowed to remarry if they so wished. His efforts led to the passing of the Hindu Widows Remarriage Act in 1856, which permitted widow remarriage. People who were against the remarriage of widows opposed and boycotted Vidyasagar. So Vidyasagar ने ही Hindu Widows Remarriage Act पास करवाया था in 1856. Then comes Pandita Ramabai Ranade. He was another social reformer. She decided her life to the cause of women's rights. She set up a home for widows in Pune, and women were given vocational training here so that they could stand on their own feet. So education for girls. Today most girls go to schools and receive education, children. But the situation was very different in the 19th century. Girls were discouraged from attending school. Some people believe that girls who were educated would not find a husband. Others were of the belief that the husband of an educated woman will die young. The reformers of the period wanted women to be educated. They believed that education would give them a better life. And the biggest advocates of women's education were Mahatma Phule, Savitribai Phule, and Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. In 1848, Jyotiba opened a school for girls belonging to the lower caste. Vidyasagar, he also started many schools for girls. And then in the south, Kandukuri V.D. Salingam worked for the education of girls. And due to his efforts for the upliftment of women children, Kandukuri V.D. Salingam was known as the Vidyasagar of South India. Then low caste marriage. During that time, children were married off at a very early age. बहुत कम उम्र में उनकी शादी कर दी जाती थी. So the reformers protested against this, and after a lot of struggle, the Child Marriage Restraint Act, which is also known as SADA Act, was passed in 1929. And this SADA Act fixed a minimum age for marriage of girls at 18 and for boys at 21. So challenging the caste system. Another problem that plagued Indian society was the caste system, children. The society was divided into different castes. The Hindus were divided into caste and subcaste. And at the bottom of the social ladder were the untouchables. They were not allowed to draw water from wells used by people of the high caste, nor were they allowed to enter temples or to study shastras. So the untouchables were thought to have polluting effect on people, and therefore a high caste person would not eat or drink anything touched by an untouchable. The reformers of the period criticized caste inequalities. Raja Ram Mohan Roy realized that the reform of Indian society had to be preceded by a reform of Hinduism itself. He believed that Hinduism should be free from the control of the Brahmins. And Brahmins actually they were feeling that they were opposing progress and were responsible for the oppression of the lower caste. He realized that to break free from the shackles of the caste system and the meaningless rituals of religion, people should be introduced to the original text of Hinduism. So he took up the task of translating the Hindu scriptures into Bengali. Then Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar and Swami Vivekanand also worked for caste reform children. Swami Vivekanand believed that caste, a social system and not a religious institution. The religious texts did not talk of caste. What made a person supreme was not caste, but his or her inherent qualities. So Vivekananda also criticized the practice of untouchability. He said that the Hindu religious texts did not advocate untouchability. In Western India, children, Gopal Hari Deshmukh, Jyotiba, Ramakrishna Bhandarkar, N.G. Ranade and Ramabai Ranade were the prominent reformers of Western India. All of them spoke and wrote against the caste system. Jyotiba propagated caste equality and worked to uplift the status of the untouchables. He was against the dominance of the Brahmin priest. He opened many schools for people considered low in the caste hierarchy. Then South India, a popular leader committed to caste reform was Kandapuri V.D. Salingam. He started a Telugu journal to spread the message of social reform and caste equality. Sri Narayana Guru was another reformer from the south. He had experienced the oppressive caste system and devoted his life to the upliftment of the untouchables. He built many temples in which there were no images of deities. मतलब temples बनाया पर उसके अंदर कोई भगवान की image नहीं रखा. In the first temple he built, a stone was placed instead of an idol. On the stone was engraved this message: here is the place where all people live in fraternity. Fraternity means brotherhood, without caste distinctions and religious rivalry. He founded an association in 1902 called Sri Narayana Dharma Paripalan Yoga that popularized his belief of one caste, one religion and one God. The reformers such as Ramaswamy Naicker, K. Lappam, J.K. Madhavan fought for the right of the untouchables to enter temples. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was also actively involved in the temple entry movement children. E.V. Ramaswamy Naicker, popularly called Periyar, started the self-respect movement to fight against the domination of the Brahmins. Then Mahatma Gandhi started a nationwide movement against untouchability. He called people of the so lower caste Harijans or children of God. Mahatma Gandhi founded the All India Anti-Untouchability League and started the weekly Harijan. Then Bhimrao Ambedkar wanted to end untouchability, caste discrimination and the exploitation of the Harijans. He founded several journals to spread his message. So between 1927 and 1932, he led his followers in a series of non-violent campaigns to assert the right of the untouchables to enter temples and draw water from public wells. So in this chapter we have studied that to fight social religious evils, many reform associations were formed in the 19th century. Some of them were Brahma Samaj, Veda Samaj, Pratna Samaj, Satya Shodhak Samaj, Arya Samaj and Ramakrishna Mission. So the reformers wanted to emancipate women and due to their efforts, the condition of women improved. Sati was declared illegal, widow remarriage was legalized, hundreds of schools for girls were opened and child marriages were forbidden by law. The reformers attacked the caste system and they worked for caste reforms including the removal of untouchability. So that is all in this chapter. Okay, so go through the chapter, read the chapter thoroughly and you will be able to give the answers then children. Thank you and have a nice day.